my goodness. I'm Kemar Morris, and you're in the Zone. We want to thank you for joining us today for another great show. On today's show, we're going to be talking about abstinence, finish it up, part 2. But check it out. First, we're going to check in with Lindsay, and she's going to tell us the video lineup.
Thanks, Kemar. Well, our lineup this week includes music from Grits, Rachel Lampa, and Bleach. And later on in the Lifestone Report, we'll be checking in with a very special group of teens called Willing to Wait. But first, let's hand things over to Becca and get things started.
Thanks, Lindsay. We have a very special guest in the studio with us. It's Miss Black USA, Lisa Myrie. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you very much.
We're very glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Good. She's going to give us her perspective later on abstinence. But first, she's going to get us rolling with our first video.
Our first video comes from the group 12 Stones, and this is their first video ever, and it's called Broken, and you're watching it right here on The Zone.
By the phone, hoping that you will call me home. The pain inside, I love the night, hopes and dreams swallowed by pride. Everything I need lies in you, 'cause I'm broken. No, I need you now. Deep inside, I'm broken. See the way I live, I know your heart is broken. When I turn away, when you knew your truth, I would deny. Look at me, our tears begin to fall. And all I know, it's blind, but I fail time after time. Take in my sin, I take your life, 'cause I'm broken. No, I need you now. Deep inside, I'm broken. See the way I live, I know your heart is broken. When I turn away,
I'm Stephanie, and you're in The Zone. We just heard 12 Stone's first video ever, Broken. Now Becca's going to take it over with this week's topic, which is abstinence.
Thanks, Stephanie. Last week we talked about why it's important to keep sex inside of marriage. This week we're taking the discussion to the next level. I have Lisa Myrie with me. Lisa, as Miss Black USA, that's an awesome responsibility, as a role model, especially for young girls. I heard you have a very strong stance on abstinence.
Yes, that's my platform. I am the first national title holder ever to win with this platform. a position that makes me happy, but also saddens me a little bit. I think, unfortunately, that so many times our young people are getting horrendous messages from society. So it's time to step up and use the power of the crown to give them a message of purity. And that's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. You said you're the first one ever to have this platform. So why did you take that risk and pick it?
Well, it's my personal lifestyle choice. And I know that that's why I won, that God has given me this position and had me live my life this way to testify, to give a message to our young people, because there's so many negativities of having sex outside of marriage, such as drug use, alcohol abuse, tobacco use. It can trickle down into other at-risk behavior, and that's a proven fact. Plus, they're getting mixed messages. Condoms don't protect you from emotional issues and mental issues that are often associated with having sex outside of marriage.
People overlook that a lot. I think that's awesome.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Miss Black USA. That's tremendous. Well, we're going to talk more about this issue coming up and how you can stay abstinent, because that's a trick in itself. But first, Kimar, give us our next video.
But check it out. It's been 3 years since these guys last came on the scene with their album, Grammatical Revolution. But listen, if this new video is any indication of what's to come, I'm telling you, I'm already in stores buying this stuff. Here's Grits with Here We Go, right here on The Zone.
In a bigger pot. On the road, what you figure got tricks on my sleeve? You won't believe my story, read to a bigger plot. Words leap off the pages, hop on stages. We crazy, need to be like in cages. Rock, you feel it? Yeah, I'm light skinned vanilla, coming at you like a pack of gorillas. Both planning on 8, understand from afar. Nashville to the Lone Star State relate. Indicator is still the Negro men greater. This way you belong strong, you gon' be great. Strong clap with a scream and a shout, cast down doubt. Fast like a gun blast, drown out. The sounds and leaps and bounds, flush out clowns, creeps and hounds, foxes and wolves and sheep gowns. We feel it, she feel it, we feel it. So round and round we go. We feel it, she feel it, we feel it. Here we go. We gon' get up, she gon' get up, we gon' get up. Knocking down the joint to the player, hit it, shut up. Take it to the island, never falls, we don't give it till we can't get it. I was born in the cold, moved to the heat, got used to the flame, now spit it on beat. I was chosen to womb, groomed by Christ with a gift of race, souls on the tomb. Please don't assume, we ain't trying to take this slot, know the spot, worldwide still part of the plot. Everybody talk about changing the game, but everything I hear y'all sounding the same. From the beats to the video, clothes and looks, same concepts for your flows and hooks. CDs round here, they can raise the dead, so come on everybody now, bob your head. Y'all need this, heed these words of the wise. Rhyme so meaty like jambalaya, got truth for high, can you stand the fire? See you come alive, that's my desire now. We feel it, she feel it, we feel it. So round and round we go. We feel it, she feel it, we feel it. Here we go. We gon' get up, she gon' get up, we gon' get up. Knocking down the joint to the player, hit it, shut up. Take it to the island, never songs, we don't give it till we can't get it. Boy, look at here. You ever heard a dead man talk before? You ever seen a dead man walk before? You ever heard dead men lock the flow like bees before? We raise the quote. Now my time frame flip, make time change. You know another record will hit, explode, make your brains hang. Speak my language and my dialect, circulate like a boomerang, man. What did you expect? He feel it, she feel it, we feel it. So round and round we go. He feel it, she feel it, we feel it. Here we go. We gon' get up, she gon' get up, we gon' get up. Knocking down the joint to the player, hit it, shut up. Take it to the island, never falls, we don't give it till we can't get it. Here we go. He feel it, she feel it, we feel it. So round and round we go. He feel it, she feel it, we feel it. Here we go. We gon' get up, she gon' get up, we gon' get up. Knocking down the joint to the player, hit it, shut up. Take it to the island, never falls, we don't give it till we can't get it. Here we go. He feel it, she feel it, we feel it. So round and round we go. He feel it, she feel it, we feel it. Here we go. We gon' get up, she gon' get up, we gon' get up. Knocking down the joint to the player, hit it, shut up. Take it to the island, never falls, we don't give it till we can't get it. Here we go.
Hi, am Lisa Myrie, your guest host this week, and you just saw Grits with Here We Go. Thanks for joining us here on The Zone. We have a lot more coming up, such as artists such as Rachel Lampa and Bleach. Make sure you stay tuned for the Life Zone Report, and it's all coming up shortly after this quick break on The Zone.
Welcome back to The Zone. I'm Becca, and it's time to see what you guys have to say. It's our email of the week. And this one is coming from Courtney, who watches on Daystar in Benton, Mississippi. And he writes, "This television show inspires me a lot. It helps build me up, and I really love it." Thanks, Courtney. That's really great to hear. It's also time for our video request. And this one is from Chuck, who watches on Channel 49 TCT in Saginaw, Michigan. He wants to see Rachel Lampa's Savior Song. Yes, Savior Song. And we're going to have that for you, so stick around. If you guys want to have us read your emails or send in your video requests, then email us at info@surfthezone.com and we'll hook you up. But don't forget to include your mailing address so we can send you something free. Okay, Chuck, it's time. Rachel Lampa's Savior Song here in The Zone.
There was a time I was lost, I was blind, I was searching for something I could not find. Nowhere to go, there I was all alone, there was no one to carry me. That's when he came and he called out my name. Just a touch of his hand took away my shame. That was the day that his love found the way to my heart and set me free. He did it, I get it, and now I'm caught up in it. He did it, I get it, this is my Savior song. He did it, I get it, and now I'm caught up in it. He did it, I get it, this is my Savior song. Yeah, this is my Savior song. Look and I see you were lost just like me. You were thirsty for love, you were so in need. End of your rope, you were reaching for hope. You were sure there was just no way. Now there's a trace of love on your face. You've been touched by his grace, everyone can see. He saved the day, the price hasn't paid. Together now we're saved. He did it, I get it, and now I'm caught up in it. He did it, I get it, this is my Savior song. He did it, I get it,
Hey, that was Rachel Lampa with Save Your Song. Well, now it's time for us to move on to this week's Life Zone report. We want to check in with Becca as she talks to a group of students who are very serious about the choice of abstinence.
If you're just joining us, Jason Ward is a man of character who saved himself till marriage with chastity. With just 5 questions to a million, he's got 2 lifelines left. So let's play.
1 out of 3 sexually active teens will graduate with a diploma and an STD. Facts like that have prompted some high school students to take action. They created Willing to Wait, which is a series of skits promoting chastity.
Which of the following does a condom guarantee protection from? A. STDs. B. Pregnancy. C. Broken relationships. Or D. None of the above.
The goal of the group is to educate their peers about the side effects of premarital sex and to encourage them that not everyone is doing it. Each of the members of Willing to Wait has taken a pledge of chastity.
I promise to seek the very best in my dating relationships and wait for marriage for sexual activity.
God has given me, so much, and I feel like I'm disrespecting my body and Him, and remaining a virgin until I'm married really, to me, just shows a dedication to my God and to myself.
I chose very early that remaining abstinent was going to be something very important to me, and I drew a line. And it wasn't a line in the sand that could be rubbed away, it was a permanent line.
Hello, I am the advocate of abstinence, defender of truth, champion of chastity, abstinence man.
It's great to say you're going to remain abstinent, but sometimes it's hard. So how do these teens manage it?
I found that it's very difficult to stand firm on a belief when you're the only person that believes it. So joining this group helped me to build a strength group, a support group that would help me in this belief.
Being straight up with people you're interested in will also help you stay strong. Just watch who you pick.
All my relationships that I've been in with girlfriends, they've known that going into it, that this is something that's very important to me, and I've chosen to join in relationships with girls that's something that's also very important to. Praying for strength on issues like this and with other peer pressure and things has had an immense effect on my life, giving me just incredible strength.
The media makes it look like everybody's having sex before marriage, but don't believe it. You've just seen some teens who are willing to wait. And one more thing, if you've done some things you regret, it's not too late to take your own abstinence stand and protect you and your future spouse from any more harm.
Coming up next, we've got Bleach with We Are Tomorrow. But first, we got to take a short break to pay them bills. So keep it locked into the zone.
Hey, what's up, guys? I was Bleach with We Are Tomorrow. My name's Chuck, and you're in the zone. Now, let's take it back to Kimar to finish up our discussion tonight.
Thanks, Chuck. Well, now it's time for us to finish up this week's discussion of abstinence. We've undoubtedly gave you a lot of good information of why you should practice abstinence, such as the prevention of unwanted pregnancies, STDs, just to name a few. Joining us in the studio today, we have a group called Teen Life Coalition, which understands the importance of abstinence and have seen the effects of unwanted pregnancy. Next to me, we have Matt and Amy. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
How about you?
I'm good.
Okay. And we're going to talk to them and ask them, you guys have seen the effects of unwanted pregnancies and abstinence. How do you feel that we get this message across to the young people?
I think the most important thing is respect. A lot of people have lost respect for themselves and for other people. And I know that if I have respect for myself and I have respect for the girl, then I don't need to have sex with her.
Good point. Respect. I like that.
Well, being a part of Teen Life Coalition, we stand for abstinence and chastity. And another thing, a big thing that we do is we have a poster that has all the members' pictures on it so that the people in their school can see they stand for those values. And so when they can see that there's other people their age that stand for that, then they can think there's not something wrong with me. If those are my values, that's a good thing. And it's normal. It's good.
Key point, chastity. I like that. But come on now, let's keep it real. It's just Zone's not here, it's just me and you. I mean, I know you have people coming up to you with peer pressure talking about, I know you really don't practice, you're not practicing abstinence. Everybody's having sex. I mean, how do you handle that?
Well, when people come up to me and say stuff like that, I'm not afraid to share what my true values are, and I'm not afraid to back down and say like, oh yeah, well maybe sometimes. That's not how it is. I'm like, no, these are my values. I'm gonna stick with it. It's something that I'll always have until I'm married, and that's an important thing.
Good point. I like that. So you're willing to stand up. Hey, so as a final thought, check it out. Maybe it's time for you to take a stand, like these two young people next to me. You don't have to buy into the hype as they haven't bought into the hype. Everyone is not having sex. You don't have to listen to the fellas in the locker room or the girls around the corner who's telling you, oh, it's fun, do it. Because in reality, they're hurting inside, and you don't have to hurt, and you don't have to buy into the hype. So it's time for us to move on. We're about to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, right here on The Zone.
Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining us tonight in The Zone. I'd like to thank our studio audience and also our special guest, Lisa Myrie. Lisa, do you have any final thoughts on abstinence you'd like to share?
Yes, I want to be able to tell my husband that I loved him before I knew him, and therefore I saved myself for him. And if you haven't chosen this road, understand that it's never too late. There is a such thing as secondary virginity, and your past doesn't have to leave your future bound. You can change on any given day. Understand you're worth the wait.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you for that. And that's about all the time we have for tonight, so we will see you next week in The Zone.